What is going on, Bobbylicious boys and girls? Welcome back to Bobbylicious Cooking. Welcome back to the Bobbylicious Kitchen. That's right, today is a cooking episode. I hope you're as excited as I am. I hope you're not as sweaty as I am because it's 112 degrees today and I was like, this is not the right day to do this, but that's fine. I had the spark of inspiration and I said, I gotta do it. I've wanted to cook again for a while and we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. Last time we got together and we were cooking, we made the pumpkin soup. It was delicious. It was delightful. And I was like, what the heck? Let's try some more recipes from Cooking Simulator. They keep adding more. They've now added a barbecue section in there. So I was like, that's cool. We're not cooking anything barbecue. Sorry to get your hopes up if that's what that meant to you. If you've seen the playthrough, you know that like half the recipes I made along the way were all seafood based. I think there was one episode that was specifically designated as a seafood episode because it was like seafood day in the restaurant. So I wanted to kind of dive into a couple of those. There's some salmon dishes, there's some tuna, there's a trout recipe, but the one we're doing today is none of those. We're going to do shrimp. There was a fried shrimp recipe. Heretofore will be called fried shrimp. I will say that interspersally throughout, that's not a word. So here I have laid out all of the ingredients. Most of these are gonna go into the tier 3 portion. It's very similar to the pumpkin soup. Tier 1 is just your basic thing. Up to tier 3 is like, oh, this is made in a restaurant. So let's just go over the ingredients that we're gonna need. And depending on what level you may want to make at home, if you even want to try this at all, you can go from there. First up, we've got shrimp, of course. I was able to get them on sale for $4 off at Walmart. That may or may not be a factor, no reason why I'm making this. I went with fresh, or not fresh, probably not that fresh, raw shrimp rather than frozen. You can use frozen if you want, but they were raw in the game. Oh my eek, get out of here. Get. So we got raw shrimp, get out of there. Let's see, we got this bag of lemons. We're actually using the lemons this time. This is not a gag, this is not a joke. I'm not just putting it in water, but I have way more lemons than I need, so who knows, maybe we'll make some lemonade, whatever. Okay, we got some sausage. That's only for the tier 3. I got some Cajun style andouille smoked sausage. You can use kielbasa or whatever that you prefer, but I wanted andouille because we're gonna do a little Cajun thing here coming up later. You got parsley, the not so distant cousin of cilantro. I don't like parsley either, so we're just rolling with that. We got some red potatoes. Ooh, these are really lumpy and gross, and there really weren't any better potatoes, but we're rolling with that. I'm gonna scrub those bad boys. Got a couple ears of corn. Shucked it myself in Walmart while an old man in an electric scooter yelled at me about how much the price was, and I was like, sir, I don't dictate the prices. I'm just shucking corn, dude. So a couple of those if you want it. Next up is, if you recall, called for clarified butter, which I have now come to discover is called ghee. And that's how I will be referring to it from here on out, is ghee. I don't know how this is going to be, but the science of it is this is butter that all of the fat and water has been just like reduced out of, so, or like not all the fat. This is 100% butter fat. There is no water. There is no like. This is just butter fat. It's just fat butter. We need some lemon juice. Now you're asking yourself, Bobby, why didn't you just take some of your 16 lemons that you bought and juice those instead of buying that extra thing of lemon juice? So anyway, now let's talk some spices. We're gonna need garlic. I've gotten already peeled little packets of garlic, and I'm doing that because we remembered what happened last time. Now, here's the best way. Smash out some garlic. Get it. Spices, you are not going to need all of these except for level 3. We're realistically only gonna need like salt and pepper for the first couple extra ingredients. You got black pepper, I already talked about it. Bay leaves. Got some allspice. What is this? Cinnamon. Nutmeg. Salt. Salt is important. We got paprika. Cayenne. Minced dried garlic. They called for that specifically. I probably would have used garlic powder if not. Lemon pepper. Ooh. A little bit of ground ginger. And then finally here, we got this delicious looking garlic and herb loaf, baked fresh daily at Walmart. We only need a part of that because they're obsessed with croutons in these recipes for some reason, so we gotta make croutons with this. So bought a whole loaf, gonna use like a slice of it. So And then you're gonna need some water too, and there's a little bit of olive oil needed to make the croutons, which I forgot to get out. So there you go. We need water to boil the potatoes and the corn when we get there. So without further ado, let's dive in to recipe number 1, fried shrimp. All right, so for the first recipe, we've got just basic fried shrimp. You're gonna need some of these bad boys. So let's cut this thing open. Ooh, these are new knives. They're sharp, and I'm excited about that. It says we need 120 grams. If you recall, in the game, that was about 6 shrimps. I'm gonna take a couple more out. I'm gonna do like 8. Cause I'm cheating, whatever. All right, the rest of you shrimps, go away for now. I will say I do want to save a lot more for the end. Oh, my apron, you probably have been asking. 2 quick things before we get into the shrimps, I suppose, as I've already started the recipe. You're wondering about my apron, Kiss the Warforged. It's kind of a long story. It relates to my D&D character. My close friends got this for me as a gift for Christmas. My character in the game was a robot in Dungeons & Dragons. They're called Warforged, and he was a cook. And he wore an apron that said Kiss the Warforged. And now he's dead. And then also, I don't have Bobby vision this time, but we got the aerial view of the camera. Hi. Hopefully, that's an okay substitute. I don't know, we're experimenting, we're trying new things. Anyway, let's get to this. So, all of this is going in a pan. We got our shrimps, we got our salt and pepper, and that's it. That's it for this recipe. So, you need 30 milliliters of ghee, clarified butter. Oh, I should have opened this beforehand. I did the math for us Americans. If you're not American, you know what 30 milliliters is gonna be. For us Americans, I should throw this in the trash. Yeah. Oh, this is, it's 2 tablespoons. Now, I've never tried, well, maybe I should dip my whole finger in the thing. All right, let's try this. It's like, it's good. It's good. All right, so 2 tablespoons of this into our pan. Oh, it's nice. It looks like it's kind of got like an oil consistency once it starts to melt down, I guess. Okay. Our shrimps. I'm gonna do this. Or I'm gonna do the salt and pepper first, because I remember in the game that was how I wanted to do it. Let's see, 2 teaspoons. Okay. Calls for 10 grams of salt and black pepper. Okay. That is 2 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon. All right, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right move. Okay. You know what? Shrimps, get in there. All right, then we're salting this. 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper. 6 to 8 shrimps. Ghee. 2 tablespoons of ghee. Now we're frying these bad boys. We're just doing this. Look at this. That one's got a lot of pepper on it. It says for 50 seconds on the thing. Shrimp, cook like that. I'm just throwing it out there. This one's covered in black pepper. This was a mistake to do it that way. But that's fine. So watch your shrimps. Swish them around. I don't want to say 50 seconds is probably an accurate amount, but it's going to be a couple minutes. You want to cook them until they're like just turning pink. That's a strong pepper smell. A lot of pepper. It's all around. Okay. Now, if you recall, they turned like bright red. It's not happening here. It's gonna be pink, like a normal shrimp cocktail. We'll put that one. He's not getting all of on about the other side. Okay, I think we're good because they're starting to be pretty pinky. We got them swirled around here. We've got the salt. We've got the pepper. This is great. This is great. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Even though thing's gonna scream at me. There we go. All right, not as much of a sauce as I thought there was gonna be, but that's fine. Get out of here. I'm gonna get a bowl. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't put raw shrimp on a thing and then use it to cut other things, because that's not the right way to go. But I'm in my house and I'm eating this, and you know, if I get shrimpanilla, so be it. That's my life. I make the decisions. All right, we got our shrimps. They're good. Now, if you remember, we cut the lemon into quarters. Thank you. Oh, man, there's so many seeds in this. Quarters. Man, this is a good knife so far. Great knives. I'm excited. So here we go. Ready? Boom. Got your shrimps. Here we go. The cardinal directions. Boom. 1 wedge per cardinal direction. Super sweet. Now, everything else is gonna go right here. You're supposed to do it sauce and all, which is basically just pepper and salt. Oh man. Could use a smaller plate, that's fine. This is gonna be my recycled plate as we go along. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna see how this is up front, and then I'll add a little bit of lemon. Oh, whoa, boy. How could I forget? There you go. Now let's try one of these. Get in a little bit of my salt and pepper sauce here that I've made. Wish me luck. Very salty. Very much. I'm gonna suggest a few more shrimp in there to kind of balance that out. Let's add some lemon here. See how we're looking. Get it in there. Okay. Don't need the other 3 wedges, but you know what? They're there. It's for presentation and whatever. Oh boy. That's a lot of salt. The lemon was nice. The lemon gave it a little, I mean, it just made it taste like lemon. Who am I kidding? Let's add a little sprig of that parsley in there. I know it's mostly a garnish, but what the heck. That didn't help. Actually, that kind of did. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to use all the lemon to subdue the salt. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have a heart attack if I keep eating this. I'm gonna say no dice on this one. Probably a little extra shrimp. It's nice. It's just salt and peppered shrimp with some ghee and some lemon. The parsley was nice. It was a little fresh. Okay. Yeah. All right. On to recipe number 2. All right, we are on to recipe number 2, which you know what that means. We are adding a few new ingredients to the flavor profile. Hopefully that helps change some things up from what we just experienced. So let's get into it. So we've got our shrimps. They first actually need to go into the pan and fry for a little bit. That's not hot yet. I'm just putting them in there because I want to start prepping a little bit because we got to prep some stuff. First, we're going to take about, it said 6 grams, so, you know, just a little bit of parsley here. Oh. You know what? Why am I using little boy here? Oh my God, Big Papa. Let's go. Oh, look at this. Look at it cut through the parsley. Wonderful. All right. There we go. That's great. That's a great knife. Okay, and then we're gonna chop up some garlic. It calls for 20 grams. So, and it says to have them all chopped in half. So I'm gonna have each of these cloves of garlic. I've taken 4 cloves. I calculated out that that's about half, or that's about 20 grams, maybe a little more. I like garlic. Oh, I guess I should throw out there. These are called fried garlic shrimp. Those were just fried shrimps. These are fried garlic shrimps. So let's get into it. Okay. All right, let's turn this on. Fly. Function. Fine. So these are gonna fry for a little bit on their own. That's what the recipe says. There's no ghee in here, no nothing yet. Then we're gonna add the ghee, the garlic, the parsley, some salt, some lemon pepper. Cayenne, he comes later. That's way too much. Damn, it's fine. I'll grab what I feel I need. It calls for 100 grams of bread. All right, shrimps are frying. Shrimps are already turning pink. Now it's game time, baby. All right, let's turn this down just for a sec. Let's get our ghee. Again, 30 grams or 30 milliliters of ghee, 2 tablespoons, 1 ghee, 2 ghee, the garlic going in, this parsley we chopped going in, 10 grams, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of lemon pep instead of just regular pep. Ooh, fancy, huh? And now we're gonna fry all those bad boys together. We're gonna fry it more. Turn that heat back up. Let's get these bad boys frying. Oh, the smell, it smells so good. There's garlic in there now, it's so good. You've never had toasted garlic? You owe it to yourself. Try it. Try this recipe. Well, maybe don't try it out just yet. Hold on. Then we're gonna add some lemon juice to this. Calls for 6 milliliters. So like a squirt. Even that thing is mocking me for not just using real lemon juice. Jeez. Squirt of lemon juice. Yeah, look at that. And then just, it calls for 6 grams of cayenne. A little of that in there. Just a dash. That would be 6 grams would be 5 grams is 1 teaspoon, so a little bit more than a teaspoon of cayenne. Get that really get that spice in there. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, I know, it's off. Fine, just you off. Shush. You be off. Oh, look at this. Look at that front view. Look at that Bobby view. Wow, great. Now, this one was interesting because the last one specifically says transfer everything to a plate. This one specifically says get the shrimps and get the garlic and put them on a separate plate. Get these garlics in there. Oh yeah. I have high hopes. I have high hopes for this. I don't know why, but I do. Now we're gonna take some of this croute and also some olive oil. It didn't say anything about using the same pan, but this is gonna be a little Bobbylicious life hack here where I'm going to use this same thing. I'm going to throw some of these breads in there. And we're just going to sop up some of that good. Should I have just saved the other 3/4 of a lemon I didn't use earlier? Yes. Did I? No. And that's okay. Sloppy presentation, that's what you get. Oh, dang it! I tried it! I got it on my finger and I tried it. Why do I always do that? Alright, I don't know that my audible was the right move. This isn't really frying, it's just kind of mushy bread now. But if I had just done olive oil, like, I don't know that it would have done much more. It would have crisped it up either. I don't know. Am I as good of a chef as I think I am? Probably not. Let's add a couple croutes. Let's add a couple of little toasty ones here. Here we go. The next level of fried garlic shrimp. Here we go. Oh, it smells really good. Mmm. Way better. Oh my goodness. Let's get one of these little garlicky bits. So good. Let me try one of the croutes. Let's see how that is. Oh, that's pretty salty. Oh my gosh. Sopping it up was not the right move. Clean that pan out, use a separate pan, and make those croutons if you really want them. Oh boy. It's still very salty, but definitely separating them from the sauce is what's made it a lot better. Let me do a little of everything all together. We got our croute, we got a little garlic, some lemon. Still fairly salty. I think that might be because of the bread. But overall, other than that, very good. This is actually really yummy. I would serve this, personally, over some pasta. Make a little linguine, maybe a little fettuccine. Oh, a little shrimps. Oh. That's the Bobbylicious seal of approval. Well done. For our third and final recipe, we are going down south, down to the bayou. We're gonna have ourselves a little fried shrimp boil. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna stop that right now. So, first things first, I have scrubbed those disgusting red potatoes that I've got, and I've also got my corn that I have shucked. It's got lots of strings, whatever. I'm at where I'm at. What they want us to do first is to cut these 2 potatoes into halves. Oh, still got parsley on my knife. Get it. Alright, we're gonna cut these into halves. Look at that. Oh, look at that bad boy. Look at that potato. Yeah, right in there. And then the corn, it's called for 180 grams of corn. In the game, that was 1 cob of corn that they wanted cut into 6 pieces. This is not 180 grams. Did you like that flip I did? It was pretty cool, wasn't it? This is about 90 grams. Your average ear of corn is about 90 grams. So I did 2 of them, and I'm going to cut them into thirds. First off, I'm going to cut off these nubblies at the end because it's gross. I'm going to scoot that out of the way. And then we're going to cut this bad boy into thirds, thereabouts. We're going to make what I'm calling corn nublets. Patent pending. Now, in a pot, they told us to put 300 milliliters of water, which in the game felt like a lot more, but in reality is not as much as I thought it would be. It's only like 1.25 cups, thereabouts. And then it calls for 100 milliliters of lemon juice. I might call a Bobby audible on this one. It's not quite 1/2 cup of lemon juice. It was 100 milliliters of lemon juice. Yeah, like how is this gonna cover all this corn and stuff? I don't know. I might call a Bobby audible and add a little bit more water because you gotta boil the corn, you gotta boil the potatoes, otherwise they're just not gonna, like, they're not even covered. I mean, look at this aerial Bobby. I don't know when it turned off. It turned off at some point. I turned it back on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm calling an audible. Audible. Here we go. Now, I will say my concern with this is, aside from just having created a new dish for myself, my concern with this is that there's a bunch of spices that now go into this, and I don't want it to throw off the spice ratios, but we have found that we've been a little bit heavy-handed on the spices up to this point, so maybe it's gonna work itself out. Between 2 and 2.5 quarts is now what it comes to with all of that stuff in there. Now we're gonna add all of our spices, because there is a lot. We got salt, 2 teaspoons. Black pepper, 2 teaspoons. You can just smell the holidays. 2 teaspoons of allspice here. Yes, I'll move the pot closer, okay? Fine. I've realized my mistake. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Get out of here, allspice. Okay. Cinnamon, 10 grams. 2, of course it doesn't. I'm going 2 bay leaves. I've never opened this. Oh, I have. Okay, I just closed it back over. That one's kind of, these are kind of ripped. I like nice full bay leaves. 1 bay leaf. But there goes another bay leaf. Nutmeg. As a reminder, 5 grams is 1 teaspoon. This calls for 8 grams, so it's like a teaspoon and a half. That's how math works. Ooh, nutmeg. I'm just getting it all over the cutting board. Why not? And then a half. I'm just gonna use this because I'm not gonna dirty another dish. I've already dirtied too many. This goes on the baby. Paprika. It looks like I started to write 6 and then I scribbled it out and wrote 8, or vice versa, so we're going with 8. Dried garlic, 1 teaspoon, 5 grams. Cayenne, 1 teaspoon. And then another teaspoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons. Have I been doing 2 teaspoons for the 10? Yeah, I did. Oh, come on now, ginger. Don't do this to me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Fine. Fine. I don't like ginger very much, okay? It's a strong flavor. It's a strong flavoring. It's a mess over here. It's a mess. I don't know where any of these things go. As high as she goes, baby. We're gonna boil that. We'll see how it goes. I'll kind of time it. 6:47. My guess is it'll take a couple minutes because we gotta get the potatoes and the corn, boiled and soft. until you find the potatoes are fork soft, as it were. In the meantime, while this is going on, we're gonna cut our sausage up there. All right, it's boiling now. It's been boiling for about 6 or 7 minutes. It smells really good. Very Christmassy, but that's the allspice, the nutmeg, and the cinnamon. But we'll see. Here, let me get in there and let me see how it's doing. Oh yeah, it's looking great. They've been boiling for about 10 minutes now, I'd say, so I'm gonna give it to like 12 or so. As far as what we have left, we've got the sausage, which I've cut up about 240 grams. One of those full 1 pound kielbasa or andouille sausage. I cut off about 2/3 of that, and I cut it up into chunks. We've got, it calls for the same amount, 120 grams of shrimp, 6 in the game, 8 that I've been doing. I had 4 extra, so I'm just gonna throw them all in there. There will be 12 in there. A little bit more ghee, only 1 tablespoon this time. And then the potatoes and corn, none of the liquid outside of anything that like just happens to get over there, is also gonna go in the pan, and then we're gonna go from there. Fry, function, 350, let's go, baby. Only other thing I need to do is cut a lemon and get a garnish, let's go. Ooh, ooh, that lemon is squishy. That's why you buy 16 lemons, because you don't know if one's gonna be squishy. I'm curious, I'm very curious how this is all gonna turn out, because this isn't like, normally if you do like a shrimp boil, from what I've seen and what I've experienced, like, the shrimp goes in with the thing. Like it goes in the water, like it goes in the spice stuff. Maybe it's gonna transfer, who knows? And I am adding the sausage to this, so maybe that's gonna make a difference, and we'll see how the corn and potatoes actually are. Is there enough room on this plate for all this delicious shrimp boil? Yes, there is, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Got your lemons, the 4 corners, the 4 quadrants of shrimp boily goodness. And then, just ever so. Ta-da! All right, let's dive in. Oh, that's a string from the corn, probably. Yeah. Not much flavor to the shrimp. Maybe I missed a step, but there is some that transferred. It's not just like, it doesn't just taste like the sea, like the ocean. Let's try the sausage. Probably could have been done in there a little bit longer, but it adds some nice Cajun style to it. So that with the shrimp, you know, it's all pairing well. What I would do is probably in the future, while that stuff is boiling, start cooking the sausage a little bit. You get a little nice brown crust on your sausage as you're cooking it as well too. That's really a nice feature. Let's try one of these corn nublets. Oh wow! Oh, it smells so good. So the extra water definitely helped in that case. I think because then it obviously helped it boil. The spices still came through. Maybe they could have been a little stronger, so if you're gonna add that little extra water, maybe add a little bit extra. And you know what? I did double how much corn was actually in the game, so maybe the numbers are off in terms of the ratios and things like that. We have seen that things are maybe a little too salty. I would say, based on everything we've tried, that generally speaking, some things are a little bit higher than they maybe should be. Some things are a little bit lower than they should be. Things like that in terms of what translates in the game. So, but still really good. I would say quarter that potato, or maybe if you have like some smaller, you know, like baby sized potatoes, or maybe like some fingerlings or something like that. There's a specific name for tiny little potatoes, and it's a really cute name, and I can't remember it. Or it's a really weird name. Hold on, it's gonna bug me. New potatoes was the word I was thinking of. Not cute or weird, it's just new. Like, why are they new? I don't know. What, or is every other kind of potato old potato, and this is a new potato? I don't know, but they're the really tiny ones. Fingerlings are ones that look like a finger, hence the name. Again, new, don't know. But if you got like new potatoes or whatever, and these were some big redskins, I'm realizing, so. Yeah, all of it together is actually a really nice combination in terms of the flavor and stuff. So there you go. We've made 3 dishes. I was gonna say 3 delicious dishes. One of them's certainly not. But I think overall these are pretty good. The more advanced ones were pretty awesome. I would say for this one, If you wanted to have, like, if you had Old Bay, or if you mixed those spices together yourself and kind of made your own seasoning mix, or if you had like I personally like Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning, a little bit of that over this would be divine. This is still really, really good. Not very subtle, actually, compared to how spice heavy the other ones were. The second one, I would say, is actually probably the best dish. I would make that again. Again, serve it over like some pasta or something like that. Would have been awesome. This is still really good and a quick, easy way to do a little shrimp boil for yourself. First one, no, do not. Do not. Bad. Bad news, bad taste. Nope, nuh-uh. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really did. This is all really good. I'm going to finish the rest of this. If you didn't see the Cooking Simulator playthrough at all, there's a playlist of it on my homepage, so go ahead and check that out. Let me know of another recipe you'd like me to try from there, or another recipe from other stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of pick and choose what I want to do. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for checking in as always. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.